Alright, y'all, I want to do a quick video kind of to just further explain what we talked about with SI units. So as you see on the board, this column, this is the dimension column, right? This is the head of this column. So dimensions are length, mass, and time. We're going to look at. Over here we're looking at the unit of measurement, right? We talked about that. So for length, it's in the SI unit, it's the meter. For mass, it's the gram, and for time, it's the second. And we also know these as our base units, right? It's important for us to look at them as the base units because we've got those prefixes. So I want to write a couple of those prefixes, a few of those prefixes up here, and further explain things, right? Okay. So let's do. We're just gonna do a couple. So let's do. Let's start with for. That's gonna be deca. Deca's 10 to the 1. H for hecto. Hecto is 10 squared, so 10 to the 2. And finally, we got kilo. Most of you all have heard of kilogram. We'll definitely want to work with that one. Okay, all right. Down here, so remember, our base unit, it doesn't matter which one we choose, this works for, right? Whether it's meter, gram, or second, all these are base units. It just depends on what we're measuring in, right? So we'll just leave this for whatever the base unit is. All right, so down here, remember these are smaller than the base unit. We've got deci, it's 10 to the negative 1. We've got centi, that's 10 to the negative 2. We've got milli, that's 10 to the negative 3. Remember, when we're dealing with exponents, exponents just tell us how many times we have to multiply something by itself, right? So here, 10 cubed is 10 times 10 times 10, right? 3 times. So 10 times 10 is 100, times 10 is 1,000. So what this means is a kilometer is 1,000. If we were talking about, if our base unit, if we chose meters, that would mean 1 kilometer would equal 1,000 meters. That's how that works, right? 1 hectometer, what's 10 times 10? 100, right? So 1 hectometer would be 100 meters. Deca, just 10 to the 1, which is what? 10. So a decameter is just what? 10 meters. Now down here, it's a little bit different. So remember, with our law of, in our laws of exponents, if you've got a number and the exponent is negative, you have to put that number in the denominator. You put it underneath 1. So this is actually 1 over 10, you know, to the positive 1, which can just be written by 1 over 10. What does that equal? If you put in your calculator, divide 1 by 10, you would get 0.1. So 1 decimeter equals 0.1 meter. Now this would be what? 1 over 10 squared. We know 10 squared is 100, right? So which is the same as, let's see, 1 over 100. If you put that in your calculator, y'all should see a pattern. That's just going to be 0.01 meter. And finally, we have what? 1 over 10 cubed. 10 times 10 times 10, as we know, is what? 1,000. It's 1 over 1,000. If you divide 1,000 into 1, you get 0.001 meter. So let's just review. 1 kilometer, this is just an example, equals how many meters? 1,000 meters. I could write it out or however I want to do it. Okay? Remember this works the same for all of the unit of measurements that we're going to deal with in the SI unit. So with a gram, it would be the same thing. If I had made this gram, so we were measuring mass, or we'll call it weight. If we were measuring that, I could say 1 kilogram equal 1,000 what? Grams. Okay. Let's do deci or centi. Let's do a centi. Let's see. So 1 centimeter equals how many meters? 1 centimeter equals 0.01 what? Meters. Okay? Understand? Same thing if I had said 1 centigram would equal what? 0.01 grams. So you see, SI units, it just works with like multiples of 10. That's all we're doing. As we move up, it gets 10 times bigger each time. When we move down, these are 10 times smaller as we go down. Okay? So we'll be going over this some more. Give me some comments when I post this video. Let me know if this made it a little bit more clear for you. Thanks. See y'all in class.